Do I take this one? Yeah.
If you would like to stand and follow the movements as we call in the directions, you are welcome to do so, but you don't have to. Sorry. If you'd like to stand and turn as we call in the directions, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. Hail, guardians of the east, powers of air. We invoke you and call you, golden eagle of the dawn, star seeker, whirlwind, rising sun, come. By the air that is her breath, send forth your light. Be here now. Hail, guardians of the south, powers of fire. We invoke you and call you, red lion of the noon heat, flaming one, summer's warmth, spark of life, come. By the fire that is her spirit, send forth your flame. Be here now. Hail, guardians of the west, powers of water. We invoke you and call you, serpent of the watery abyss, rainmaker, gray-robed twilight, evening star. By the waters of her living womb, send forth your flow. Be here now. Hail, guardians of the north, powers of earth, cornerstone of all power. We invoke you and call you, lady of the outer darkness, black bull of midnight, north star, center of the whirling sky, stone, mountain, fertile field, come. By the earth that is her body, send forth your strength. Be here now. The circle is cast. We are between the worlds, beyond the bounds of time, where night and day, birth and death, joy and sorrow meet as one. The fire is lit, the ritual is begun.
The river is a healer, the river is a sage. The river knows no end, and the river feels no age. The river is a leader every single day. It's living in the moment, and it always finds a way. Water, heal my body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. The river calls me over, it's calling out my name. In the day and in the night I hear the river all the same. It's calling me over, calling out my name. Oh, the river gathers tears just like the river gathers rain. Water, heal my body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. The river is a traveler, always on the go. A river never worries if it's fast or if it's slow. River, take me to where I need to go, and I will just relax and let the river flow. Water, heal my body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. River is a healer, river is a sage. The river knows no end, and the river feels no age. The river is a leader every single day. It's living in the moment, and it always finds a way. Water, heal my body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole.
Good morning. Morning. Welcome to First Parish Brewster. Our church, founded in 1700, is part of a living tradition, one that draws wisdom from all the world's religions, balanced with science. Here, we call ourselves seekers of truth, because one thing we can be sure of is that none of us has all the answers. I'm Joanne Powers, along with Margaret Rice-Moyer. We are your worship associates, and we're delighted to be here with you today. If you're a visitor, we're grateful that you're here. Please join us afterwards in the coffee hour. There are a few announcements. It has stopped raining. Join us at 1 o'clock today on the front of the church for a lawn party to watch our float go by. There's free ice cream cones. You can wear your 325th anniversary t-shirts. Or if you would like to walk in the parade, meet over at Eddie's school, and the takeoff is at 1 o'clock. And if kids are interested, they can be on the float. Make sure that you look at other announcements on the back of your order of service today. Before we begin, a note of thanks to our music team, our religious education team, all of the many volunteers that make this place come alive, including our greeters, our ushers, our tech team, our office staff, our coffee hour team, the flower donors. Thank you all. And finally, I invite you to turn off your cell phones. Please take a deep breath with me now. And let us be present in worship with one another for the next hour.
I go to the natural world to heal myself. I have often thought that I don't know if I could have survived my own crushing loss of my husband if it had not been for my place here on Cape Cod, where white pines and oaks and kettle ponds and endless tides daily provide free therapy, no wait, no insurance copays. During Rob's decline, I would return again and again to the places of renewal. The velvet night sky, the sound of birdsong carried on the air. The low tides whispered to me, and the high tides roared. You will survive. Life is still beautiful. You will be okay. You are still loved. During those caretaking, grieving years, I remember one particular late afternoon following a challenging day fighting the inevitable cognitive decline. In those years, most everything was a challenge, but the quiet woods and the sparkling waters were always there, waiting, ready to return me to life. In my journal from that time, I noted the following. I took my first swim of the summer on June 23rd. The water was bracingly cold and delightfully refreshing. While every first swim felt like a renewal, it was even more so that time. It was my baptism. That morning, I threw myself into a new life, one in which I was determined to find joy in everything possible because I was losing my husband moment by moment. There is a way Unitarian Universalists resist language that has caused pain or grief or guilt in their earlier religious experiences. I've never been one of those. My hands clutch eagerly for words that I can make my own, make them speak for me, regardless of how others may define such words. Baptism has been one such word. Like those evangelicals who allow themselves to be dipped and cleansed by the water, I too see that practice as my way of cleansing myself, of releasing my grief and pain. It always works. That entrance into the water, that first dive underneath, I can feel the stress wash away, and I break the surface newly and wildly free from my burdens. In my forthcoming memoir about those years, I returned again and again to the absolute truth of nature's ability to turn a bleak and oppressive moment into a moment of awe. What does it take to be reborn? What does rebirth ask of us? How does a baptism become universal? For a Jew, perhaps this concept is anathema. Not for me. Much like the ideas that Reverend Scott so brilliantly explored in a past sermon, rituals can belong to us all, no matter how we were told to view them as children. No matter how much hurt and guilt they may have seeded inside us. The seed has the power to become something beautiful if we are willing to shave off the old growth and find what is fertile, what wants to bloom. I imagine many of us here, I was going to say in this sunlit sanctuary, I'm changing it to this historic sanctuary. I imagine many of us here found our way to Cape Cod by the siren song of its sandy dunes and cedar swamps and unstoppable tides. I am drawn to this place by my desire to be nourished, to feed off the exquisite beauty of the natural world that embraces us on this sandy spit of land and sea. I find my way to the water and into the woods amidst constantly changing vistas, and I climb mountainous dunes. It is spring, yes. And I submit that rather than being simply a season, we make it more. We make it a time to soar, a time to embrace possibility, a time to recognize how the natural world offers us the tools to survive, even in our darkest moments. And I ask you, dear ones, what else can that experience be called other than a baptism? Let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays. Let us be ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face this day. We light the chalice this morning to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space.
Please join me in reciting our affirmation. If you don't mind rising and facing each other. So this side and this side of the balcony can begin with "We believe in love," and this is the response. We believe in love. We believe in truth. We believe in helping others. We believe in the sacredness of life. And while you're there, if you could greet your neighbor, let's take a moment, just say hello.
Right. And let's sing our opening hymn, which is from the Gray Hymnal. It's 163, For the Earth Forever Turning.
We are adapting our time for all ages to accommodate one beautiful
We have one
child.
little baby here today. Margaret and I were going to water the flowers, which is our children, and have them grow and reach for the sun. So I think in place of that, we'll just sprinkle a little, is that okay, Mom and Dad? Just sprinkle a little bit of raindrops on this flower in hope that she grows and blossoms and comes into her own.
And is a seed in the world for the beauty of Unitarian Universalism.
Amen. That was very Unitarian style, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. The offertory. That's you.
Today's offering is a split plate with Cape Cod Children's Place, which is dedicated to building resiliency and strength in Cape Cod families by providing high-quality early childhood education, advocacy, and support to sustain healthy communities for Cape Cod's future. There is our future. This organization was nominated by the Building a Bigger Table Task Force. Your offering will benefit this organization as well as First Parish Brewster Unitarian Universalists. Please give generously. What you give will be put to work both here in our congregation and outside in the larger world, which needs our love. Thank you.
While you have your hymnals out, if you don't mind turning to page 1011, just to have it ready for after our meditation. Please join me in the spirit of reflection and imagination. I invite you to get comfortable, ground your feet, close your eyes if you'd like, and take a deep breath in with me now. Let us turn inward together. At this time of year, when we look toward the returning of the sun, allow yourself a moment to feel a sense of hope. Take a moment to imagine your perfect day. This day is when all the pieces of your world and the world around you have taken a sigh of relief, and those pieces come into place. Let yourself see it in your mind's eye with all of its beautiful details. See who you're with, feel the temperature, smell the air. How do you feel? Try not to get bogged down with a simple old thing like reality, because there's no obstacles in your dream. Money is not a factor here. Health is not a factor. Time and space are of no concern. This is just a moment in time. So since I'm asking you in a moment to write it down, see if you can distill this moment down into a few words that represent this dream day. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. There are pencil and paper there in your pew. There's probably plenty there, although I didn't give any to the choir, so I'm going to bring that over. You did already? Okay. So just distill it down to a few words so you know what it represents for you. So we invite you to keep this paper with you, and on your way out following the service, you will plant your dreams in our little special planted wishes sacred soil. And Margaret and I will place seeds to grow along with your wishes. And as your seeds take root, may all your wishes come true. Blessed be.
This poem by Trudessa called Finding Rhythm on Rockin' Waters. Sometimes in life we skin our knees on jagged rocks in the journey, making our way to healing waters. Rocks of various colors and shapes, the very bones of Mother Earth, each joint holding us together. Tranquility as blue water waves hello. Come rest your weary souls. Let your thoughts flow freely. Wash away yesterday's sorrow off a rocky coastline, a ship of dreams billowing sails. Chatty seagulls tell a story. Dolphins splash offering a song, healing body, mind, and spirit. Once again, finding rhythm with each breath of salted air standing on solid rock.
Ooh, here comes the sun. Wow. When I was 19, I worked and lived in Yellowstone National Park. And one morning with a few friends, we decided to experiment with some psilocybin. One of my friends sprinkled it on my chocolate ice cream that I was having for breakfast. And we went out into the wilderness. Psychedelics are known for sort of blurring the boundaries between people and what's outside of themselves. And on this particular morning, I had an experience that changed my concept of the living world and my place in it. I had always understood that trees were alive, of course. But in that moment in the forest, I experienced its aliveness. I stood next to this mammoth pine tree and I placed my hands against its bark and I could feel it breathing. It let its presence be known and we breathed into each other. I might even say this moment was a mystical moment. The tree was no longer an object, it was a living, breathing life. As I stood by this tree, I also felt ashamed. I felt shame for my limited concept of what the living world had been. I didn't know up until then that a living tree meant alive. But there I was with my arms wrapped around this tree, having an unusually transcendent moment. In the book, The Hidden Life of Trees, scientist Peter Wohlleben has studied trees as living, thinking entities that can sense, feel, and interact. Through underground fungal networks, these trees talk to each other. They transmit electrical and visual signals in order to communicate to each other. And they take care of each other. Sick trees are taken care of by the forest. Old tree stumps are found alive because they're held up by their neighboring trees who feed them and pass nutrients through the root system. And as you know, the trees take care of us. They produce the very oxygen that we breathe. So I walk through the woods a little differently now after that experience. When I walk through Nickerson and walk among the trees, I'm walking among intelligent life, an interconnected, cooperative community. When I walk through the woods, I try to remember to give them thanks. So today, we welcome the spring. It's the season of Beltane, it's Earth Day, it's May Day, it's Brewster in Bloom. We celebrate the earth, the emergence of new life, and the hope of our tomorrow. I reflect on what it took for us to get to this moment, to get through the blizzard of 26 with 35 inches of wet, heavy snow, without power in the dark, sitting there in the cold. Remember that? But here we are, sustained and supported by each other, just like the trees. But today, I also reflect on what will it take for people around the globe affected by war and armed conflict. How will they recover? I know this weighs heavy on our hearts. What will it take for families to rebuild? How will they overcome such great loss? And how will humanity be brought back to those struggling for basic food and shelter? I also reflect on as a community, our losses here, the burdens that we carry through this winter and may still. How do we heal and recover and still meet the season of hope and renewal? One thing we think we know for sure is that spring follows winter, summer follows spring, but for some, the hope of spring may not return for a very long time. What does it take to get through? Not long ago, just maybe 6 weeks ago, I saw through my backyard some flowers coming up through the snow. They were reaching for the sun. I noticed little birds in the snow with those tiny legs having flown thousands of miles to stop on the Cape for feeding. Through impossible odds, we carry on. We regenerate, we recover, we do heal. Like nature itself, we humans are resilient and adaptable. No matter what blocks our path, nature serves as a model for what it takes to carry on. Nature's ability to recover from decay and destruction mirrors our own ability to overcome our hardship. When given the time, when we step out of the way and believe in the wisdom of nature, ecosystems recover and renew. Chernobyl, one of the sites of our worst nuclear disaster, where no humans could survive, has now become a haven for wildlife. Bison and deer and lynx roaming through the forest, it now serves as the largest nature reserve in all of Europe. And here on Cape Cod, we as stewards of our land have helped create conditions for restoration. Where decades of nitrogen pollution threaten our waters, we are now underway to remove them, and the cleanup has begun. But it was a nice, cozy winter, sitting in on my couch, being all alone. But the push to move forward is stronger than my need to stay put. Get up, let's go, my friend says. Mercury is no longer in retrograde. No more sitting still. The garden needs tending, the trees need pruning. Get rid of the cobwebs, the dust, the overgrowth. Get your hands in that dirt. One of the things that does motivate me and gives me hope for the spring is listening to the bird report on WCAI. I used to be the person listening to the traffic report, but now I listened to Mark Faraday, the Cape Audubon naturalist. He says, it's time to dust off those hummingbird feeders. The ruby-throated hummingbirds were seen very close by, and they are hungry. We now wake up to the eastern bluebirds, the goldfinches, the gold-crowned kinglets, the Baltimore orioles, the warblers of all kind, the black-throated blue warblers, the black-throated green warblers. Some of them are just stopping over on their way north. The birds in my yard are starting to pressure me. They sound hungry and busy. Hurry up, I'm hungry, they say. And these birds don't really like the bird feed I get from Ocean State Job Lot. They only eat the stuff that I get from the Birdwatchers General Store. So they wait in the trees watching my every move until I come back with a good stash. Today, our trees are almost in full bloom. The light has surpassed the dark and the warmth is returning. Go in search of your favorite tree. Put your picnic blanket down, lean your back against its trunk and breathe. Just know you won't be alone. The trees will be listening. Blessed be.
Blessed be. And we're going to sing a closing song that is all about this sacred land. And it has some Hawaiian words. I would like a little demonstration by the basses and tenors for the second page that is in English. That'll be easier. Earth and sky. This is for lower voices now. Sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. So just really low voices. Sing with the basses and tenors now. Earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. Yes, earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. And the upper voices can sing this. Earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. Go ahead. Earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. And I'm going to give you a chance to do a little something if you want to rise in body or spirit, and we can just you can also do this sitting down and swaying if you'd like. But we have a few movements to this. So we can do step, step. It's just kind of like a sway from one side to the other, or you could do it sitting down for the first part, while the choir sings in Hawaiian. And then the English part you can sing with us. And we have movements, and it goes like this. Earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. And lower voices, do your part. Earth and sky, sea and stone. Day when I was practicing this, it was earth and sky, so I think I should have been standing up. Okay, and if you'd like to come into the aisles, we could also do, instead of just a swaying, you can step. So anybody who wants to come into the aisles could come on in. All right, and I'll give you your pitches.
No, I guess we can't do that.
All right. All right.
I have one announcement before we close the circle that I forgot to mention. Please save the date for Sunday, May 31st, for an all-church gathering to celebrate the marriage and one-year anniversary of our beloved Kaisa, Fern, and Ricky Hilson. It'll be held on the lawn outside of Winslow House. Details to follow.
As we go forth into this day, this one day we know we have, let us seek out the trees, the water, and the earth, that they may always be sources of joy and renewal. Let us walk gently amongst the natural world, and let us take comfort in it, as it is the source of our healing and our renewal. Go forth into this day in peace.
By the earth that is her body, and by the air that is her breath, and by the fire of her bright spirit, and by the living waters of her womb, the circle is open but unbroken. May the goddess awaken in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again.
Join us for the coffee hour. Go in peace. The service is complete.